introduce Coach Lockett. Coach Lockett and I met probably about 4 years ago or so when he was recruiting one of my guys, and we just kind of stayed in touch ever since, and kind of developed a friendship. I know anytime I ever need something or have a question about a kid or a coach or anything related to defensive backs, I know I could call Coach Lockett. Great to have a guy like that. And Coach Lockett is the assistant head coach and a cornerbacks coach at Northwestern State University. And he has been there for 11 years now. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, 11 seasons. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Guys, in case you didn't know, we're going to do a 2-part talk today. The first part, we're going to split it up. It's going to be block destruction and tackling. We'll take about a 5-minute break, and then you'll have to go back in and hit the link or get the passcode for the second section. We'll start exactly 5 minutes after that, and that will be footwork and press man. And we're excited to have Coach Lockett with us today, talking some DB play, and I'm going to go ahead and let him take it away.
All right. Of course, like he said, I'm Devon Lockett, assistant head coach, corner coach at Northwestern State. Right here is my contact number, and I also put my email as well. So in case you have to get in contact with me, or if you need to email me anything, definitely feel free to text me, call me, email me. I'm pretty good at trying to get back with guys as fast as possible. Just to introduce our staff, our head coach, Brad Laird. He's going into his 3rd season over here, and we all know Coach Laird from being the head coach at Ruston. He's been the defensive coordinator over here on 3 different stints. Was raised up in this field house, so he's a Northwestern guy. The defensive staff, our defensive coordinator, linebacker coach Mike Lucas, he's been here with us for his 2nd stint, and we're going on our 3rd season together as well. Special team coordinator, safety Jake Olson, and our D-line coach Liddell Love. On the offensive side, offensive coordinator, tight end Brad Smiley, came from us from Trinity Valley. Recruiting coordinator and quarterback coach Anthony Selfo, wide receiver coach Alvin Slaughter, O-line coach Big J Pond, and running back coach is Jalen Rhodes. So as you can see right here, the bad boys, this is what we call ourselves. I just think that everybody, no matter what position you're playing as that unit, you need to have some type of identity. And that's something that we came up with probably around 2012, and it just kind of sticks. So anybody comes in, anybody leaves out, they know we want to play like some bad boys. Now, we've had a couple of years in there where we just was boys because we played bad as hell. We wouldn't together. Talking about drill work, and I know we got some high school coaches on here, but I'm you guys. I started off in high school, okay? My first 2 years out of college, I started off in high school at Franklin High School. And of course, when you're young, you're energetic and you're motivated, and you got 10,000 drills to do, and you only got 10 minutes to do them. So over the years, what I've had to do is I've had to narrow my drill sheet down to the stuff that is exclusive for me to use that's game related. If it's not game related, I am not doing it in the season. I feel like all drills need to be game related so you can have some type of carryover going into the game so you can make corrections off of that. So as you look at this drill sheet right here, you're gonna see DFW, that's our daily footwork. That A day and B day, we rotate days, okay? On the A day, I'm gonna backpedal, weave, open, long M, quick M. B day, I'm doing something different. But as you can tell, on the bolded points, I got a tackling in, I got a turnover in, I got a man coverage in, and I got some form of hand placement for the end of the routes in. I want to make sure I cover those specific things when we're going into practice daily. Now, talking about block destruction, first of all, and then we'll move into tackling, okay? The one thing that we're going to teach over here from day one, the first day we go out, we're going to work on fit and rip, okay? Fit and rip, we want to have low pad level. We want to maintain leverage. We want to come to a balance. We want to have foot fire, okay? And then we're going to hat and hands. What is hat and hands? Hat and hands is we want to have thumbs up and we want to get inside the chest plate. I want to maintain the outside leverage because 99% of the time playing cornerback, we're the force player, okay? I want to keep my hands and I want to punch inside, okay? Once we punch inside, I want to make sure I push that guy off of me, extend the hands, on a club and rip. On the club and rip, I want to make sure that I'm balanced as I'm clubbing the elbow down and I'm ripping through. And then I want to finish in a tackling position right there, okay? As you can see, when we go out to the field, the first thing I'm going to do is I want to do it on a sled, okay? Let's get this work on something that we can be explosive out the hips. I got to make sure that I got proper leverage on this sled right here. And I want to shoot my hands inside the chest plate right here. So as you can tell, we're going to go foot, fire, press. Once I press, I want to club, rip through, and I want to come to balance right there, okay? Club, rip through, come to balance, right? We want to be explosive on that bag right there. I know a lot of times you don't have time to do that in high school, but you got to find a way, whether it's pre-practice, whether it's after practice, just find a way on shooting your hands on that dummy, okay? On that sled right here, okay? You're going to go foot fire. The command is going to be feet, punch, rip. Feet, punch, rip. Feet, punch, rip. How do we know when we got a violent punch right there? That whole sled ought to move right there, okay? Whole sled ought to move. Once we come off of that sled and we rip through, I want to come to balance right there. Come to balance. I want to be in great tackling position right here, okay? Now I'll put this rep on here because I got a freshman. This is his first time doing it, okay? We got feet. Once he punched and it kind of gets stuck right there. You know what that tells me? He's not explosive enough in the weight room. So we got to make sure we get him stronger by doing explosive drills, squatting and power cleaning right here, okay? We want to be violent through the punch, rip and come off of it. Now we're going to take it to the field, okay? We're going to take it to the field. We're going to use the pads now, okay? So I got an example of a wide receiver out there, and we're going to do the same drill, okay? Feet, I'm punching. When I punch, I want to punch up. I want to punch up so I can see the ball carrier. I want to make sure I maintain outside leverage. Okay, maintain outside leverage, boom, and I'm ripping. When I rip through, violent rip, football position. Violent rip, football position right there, okay? We got another rip right here. Again, the command is feet, punch, explode through, and now, as you can tell, there's no rip right there, right? Because we're not going to be able to rip every single time. So now I got these guys with a foot fire, they're ripping through, and now they're going to shed that block, okay? We want to shed that block so we can fall off and make a tackle somewhere else. And we want to be violent with the shed. See how he's throwing that pad down right there? I want to be violent. I want to get that receiver off of me that's stalk blocking me right there. Violent through the punch, shed down, and I'm still coming to balance right here. Again, on this rep, violent through the punch. See how he's exploding through the hips? I want to explode through the hips. I want to be violent on the punch, and I want to shed down, and I want to come to balance right here, okay? Now, what do? We take that drill, and we put it together. So now we're going to go feet. We're going to go punch. We're going to shed release, and now we're going to incorporate a tackle into it. So I'm taking care of 2 drills at one time. Why? Because sometimes I don't have 30 minutes worth of endo. Sometimes I only get 10 to 15 minutes. So we have to take full advantage of every possible second out there. So as we look at it, okay, we got feet, we got a violent punch, a violent shed. Now, bam, I got a ball carrier. We'll come to tackle, and then we'll just wrap him up. And we'll get into tackling later right there. And that's a heck of a job by that guy right there. Violent punch, I'm shedding him, and I'm coming to balance right there. Again, different rep. Good punch, good shed, boom, come off, and I'm making a play on the tackle right there. I want to keep my leverage on that inside hip right there. Keep my leverage on that inside hip, okay? As we get into a game-like situation right here, you're going to see the corner at the bottom of the screen right here, okay? We're playing some palms right here, some two read. Some of you guys probably run that. But anyways, we treat that out and bubble the same way. As you can see that corner right there, he's going to make contact. I want to push. Now, when I push him right here, I tell this cornerback to drive this receiver back into the lap of that bubble route or of that out route. I want to force him out there, okay? Once I lose him, I want to maintain my outside leverage, and I come to balance. Once I force that ball carrier back inside, I've done my job. Why? Because I did not give up outside leverage right there, okay? Safety comes downhill. He makes a play for a 2-yard tackle. We'll take that all day. Okay, we got the nickel in right here. And I got some safety stuff in here as well because last year I coached the entire secondary, okay? So right here, we're playing a little cover 3 look right here, 3 bubbles. That nickel safety right here, that nickel safety, he's gonna maintain his horizontal leverage right there. We wanna maintain horizontal leverage. We wanna make that ball cut back inside. We wanna hat in hands, shed him off of us, and we want to fall back into the tackle. I want to fall back into the tackle. Now, the one thing I tell these guys to never do, hold the block with your outside arm, and then your inside arm is free, and you try to fall into a tackle. We had a kid did that a few years ago versus Mississippi State, and that running back ran through his arm and tore his pectoral muscles, okay? So we want to make sure we shed the block completely right there. Shed the block completely, get off of it, and make the play. We want to drive that guy back right there, though. Okay, we got FSL, formation in the boundary. Just playing cover 3 right there. We get bubbled by 3 by the weak side safety. Again, I'm hatting hands in this guy, maintaining my outside leverage. Most people will probably say there's holding. They ain't never going to call it anyway. All right, so we just got to overcome that. Get off that, make the block, drive your feet backwards. Any questions so far on any of the block destruction? Any questions on any of the block destruction? Got everybody there? We still there?
Yes, sir.
No questions? Any questions?
Guys, I have a lot of you muted. Everybody that joined us, I went ahead and muted. That way Coach Lockett is not interrupted. So anytime if you have a question, make sure that you unmute your microphone.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, I'll go into the styles of tackling here. For us, we try to focus on the new Seahawk style of tackling is what they call it, with the frontal tackle and the profile tackle, a roll tackle, gator bag, and a big bag. Now, the big bag, let me explain that to you. Your big bag is simply all 11 swarming to the football. That's when you got 2 guys on the tackle, that 3rd guy comes and find an open area, and that 4th guy comes and find whatever piece of the opposite jersey he can find and lay it in there as well. That's a big bag. Those are the extra effort plays that may cause a fumble. Those are the extra effort plays on game day when 11 guys swarming to the ball, when you cut that film on the opposing team going, goodness gracious, these guys flowing to the ball, they running, okay? So that's why we always add that in there. We got it. All right. Okay, first thing we teach over here is tracking the hip. I know a lot of people do that in colleges. I've seen some high school coaches do it as well. But right here, only thing we're doing is we want to have our eyes burning through the near hip and I want to stay on the backside part of that hip. Now, as this guy is rolling downhill, as he's tracking that near hip, I tell these guys, we want to slowly